You know, and like musicians, especially young cats, you know, they get a chance to make all this money and they say, wow, this is fantastic. And like I said before, they lose themselves and they forget about the music itself, you know. They forget about their talents. They forget about the other half of them.
No Productions, Carmelo, Mike Blaque. It's the return of that Jedi, that nightlife. Dress code fly on that red eye. Late flights and early mornings on those late knee. Smoother than the floors in the skate key. Take a glimpse there.
That's what they say. I mean, to do that type of music, so I know the best way I could express myself was through hip hop. You know, I was a writer, a poet, so put two and two together. You know, get a beat, and started writing and going in. Man, I'm from Brooklyn, NYC. Where you at? Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. I mean, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Born and raised in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You know, I mean, I moved to different areas of Brooklyn. Brooklyn is my zone. So. I mean, I love Bed-Stuy. I love Bed-Stuy so much because, you know, I was raised in Bed-Stuy. And how I was raised, it wasn't just my family, the love I got from just my immediate family, immediate blood. It was more so like it's like the community aspect. You know, like we had block. It was never nobody who didn't know on the block when I was coming up. You know, and my dad ain't that old now. But when I was coming up, you know, it's tough. It was tough. You know, it was a hood. You know, and growing up, it was just powerful for me because when I look back at it now, when I was growing up, I see that things I learned. I didn't know I learned these things until I got older. And I look back and I analyze what I've been through growing up from my hood and what's been given, provided for me. I'm using it now. Now that I'm older, I'm a man now, so it's like now I use all those lessons that was in my peripheral vision, all the things I've seen growing up. And I'm older now, so now I can use those lessons provided. And I think I grew to understand and have a love and respect for my growing up in my neighborhood I was born in, you know, so that's why I live style, you know.
This ain't a movie why I dying for a cameo. Bad bitches only bagging for the camel toe. Different estates building on the patio. Chauffeured in that Batmobile.
Well, you know, I spend a lot of time like mentoring a lot. I'm an artist, I'm an engineer as well, so it's like I mentor a lot of younger MCs. You know, and try to make sure they find balance in their music, you know, and that's just on the music aspect. On other than music, just the music, I also use music as a tool just to spread the community. And like whether I'm doing shelter, whether I'm working with high school kids, I mean, I also get invited a lot to go speak to children in different schools. You know, shout out to Sankofa Empowerment, Sankofa Empowerment organization that I'm a part of. Actually changed my life, so you know, I spent a lot of time even with my music to make sure that I stay on point and try my best not to put out nothing that's gonna mess up the psyche of the young people that's listening, you know. So. I know for artists, I mean, I like Big Crit. I mean, I definitely work with Big Crit. I like MC Hustle. I definitely work with him. I definitely want to work with who don't want to work with Kanye, you know. So. I mean, Jay-Z, you know, Nas, Damian Marley, you know, those guys are definitely aiming in my career as I move forward. I definitely would love to work with them. But as far as producers, my goal, man, is to work with the Neptunes. You know, work with Pharrell, and, you know, just get their production and work with them, you know. So. Oh, there's a lot, man. From Bed-Stuy, oh my man, today's the Emperor. Shout out to Today's the Emperor. I mean, my man Ace, my man Young Ace. You know, that's only a few cats I know from Bed-Stuy who ain't doing anything like I'm working with. Shout out to those two brothers I'm here go hands on working with. I know one thing I would say about the open mics and showcases that it's really helpful. I know for me, artists like myself, it's like it's therapy. You know, when I know coming up as artists, a lot of artists don't know where to go to find. They don't know to find outlets to express their art, to show what they can do. You know, so when they get, it's like So it's kind of it's kind of hard, man. I just know as an upcoming artist, I know a lot of artists are always trying to look for outlets. They call me, Mike, we can't get to perform, just so forth and so forth. So it's like I know those open mics, people that do throw those open mics, it's real handy. It comes in real handy, And I know sometimes it's taken for granted, but it really do come in handy, Shop here, store, get short. I got a show this Friday, March 16th. March is a fashion show I'm performing for. That's gonna be super dope. It's put together by Brode Entertainment. People that's based in Coney Island, so they put it together, and we got a co-lot to do it. So I was there to support, show some love and support. Yeah, by the way, shout out to everybody that downloaded the intermission. We got 10,000 downloads in like 10 days. I mean, it's beautiful, man. It's just so much support, and it's beautiful. But first of all, the intermission is just a project I want to dedicate it to. A time where video music boxes were going. And I'm not that old. Get twisted. It's just that I was brought up around a lot of old school heads. And I was schooled by a lot of old school heads, like my brother, my DJ, my management team. So it's like, I remember growing up, first seeing boot camp clip video, and I was so mesmerized by it. So I videotaped it and I videotaped the whole episode of Video Music Box that day, and I just kept rewinding. I remember seeing Nas video, Ain't Hard to Tell. It just blew my mind, and seeing AZ. So these are the type of guys I was influenced by, and still, I caught an essence from them. I feel like I see a lot of generation of hip hoppers, the newer generation, and I'm part of the new generation. I ain't the new generation, but the ones that's coming up is under me. I see that nobody's even breaking that down to them. I have
the elements.
Yeah, people ain't really let them know where a lot of this stuff coming from, people that been doing it and how they did it, and I feel like I want to dedicate the project to more dirty drums, more other than for those that got the Twilight Zone, the difference between the intermission and the Twilight Zone. The intermission is more dirty drums, old school samples and stuff like that, and just I wanted to add a new generation sound to it. I didn't want to do it sound like I didn't want to sound like like how Boot Camp did it. I just wanted to bring a new generation, take the sound and mix it with my generational sound, and just bridge the gap. My favorite past performances. It was at Bed-Stuy, my man. Shout out to Bed-Stuy Rick. That's my homie. Much love, bro. It was at his event. It was a sneaker event. It was Slowbox was there. Disrespect was there. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful event. The people showed mad love. They had dope sneakers on sale and dope clothes. It was beautiful, shout out to my man, Never Stale. Yeah, so that's my homie, 7. Much love, bro. And it was dope. Dope event. I think that's one of my best shows. That was recent, actually.
We out.